Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudhirayat. Nastapráyesho Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Ruttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistaki. Om Agnanatimirandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Mena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Chaitanya-Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha. Virupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam. Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam. Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitamascha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute. Sapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari. Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण। Okay. Okay, so we only finished 1.8.27, 1.8.28. मन्ये त्वां कालमीशानं अनादिनिधनं विभुं समं चरन्तं सर्वत्र भूतानां यः मिथः कलिः यन्मितः कलिः. My Lord, I consider your Lordship to be eternal time, the supreme controller, without beginning and end, the all-pervasive one. In distributing your mercy, you are equal to everyone. The dissensions between living beings are due to social intercourse. In distributing your mercy, you're equal to everyone. The dissensions means differences. What is the actual dictionary meaning? Dissension. Disagreement that leads to discord. Discord, meaning why only I've got so less, that kind of thing. So differences in how much mercy between that different living entities get are due to social intercourse. So what this means? This means that Krishna is equal to everybody. So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam tataiva bhajamyam. To the extent of our surrender, or to the way we want him to reciprocate, he will reciprocate. Right? That's what it is. So if I want to fall into the ditch, he will make that happen. If I want to become a thief, he'll make that happen. If I want to become a devotee, he'll make that happen. So Ye yatha mam prapadyante. Now, if you say that no, Krishna is partial towards his devotees, one way yes, another way no. So that is one thing, right? So it just depends on our receptive power of how much mercy we are willing to receive. That will be discussed in the next verse. But here Prabhupada is saying it is no use saying that we do not know why and for what we are suffering. So sometimes, this is very nice. We do not know. We cannot say we do not know, because we do not know it has no bearing. Actually, we have done some nonsense. We may forget the misdeed for which we may suffer at this present moment. But we have to remember that, okay, I just forgotten. But if I'm suffering, that means that I've done something wrong. So let me take responsibility of my act. We normally don't think about it this way, right? We always only think about our suffering, but we never think saying that, oh, I must have done something so nasty to some other jiva that I'm having to suffer like this, right? So it must be it is my misdeed, it is my misdeed. So, at least I should feel remorseful. I should feel repentant. Oh, how bad. How much suffering I have given to some other living entities. And I should take responsibility for that, right? But most of the time, they say, no, I have not done anything. I don't know why this has happened. And these devotees should stop talking this language. We don't know we have not done anything this life, but we have done in the previous life, right? So take responsibility. Okay, I'm suffering like this. I must have caused this suffering to others. So let me go through it. And how much will I suffer? To the extent that I made someone else suffer, I will suffer. So it's fine, no? It's fair. Why am I now specially praying to Krishna saying that take away my misery? But when I was giving that misery to somebody else, I didn't think about that, right? But when I'm suffering, I want that misery to be taken away. So then we can imagine how much that Jiva or Jivi, multiple Jivas to whom we would have given suffering. So this is why this is the cause for this is our misuse of our freedom. So Prabhupada writes here, devotees of the Lord do not misuse their freedom. And therefore they are good sons of the Lord. Others who misuse freedom are put into miseries destined by eternal Kala. So we should remember this. Prabhupada is expecting devotees to not misuse our freedom. So we have to introspect and we have to see, am I misusing my freedom? How much am I misusing? And it's clear that we should not misuse our freedom. What does misuse of freedom mean? What does misuse of freedom mean? Anybody wants to say?
Doing what Lord has not sanctioned.
Doing what we like, simply put, right? Doing whatever we like, which is not Krishna conscious, is misuse of our freedom. Right? So we should see how much we are doing things because I want it versus Lord wants it, Guru wants it, etc. Right? So we should stop that. Devotees should not misuse their freedom. And we should take responsibility of our actions in the past. So these two are earnings from this verse. Naveda kaschid bhagavam chikiršitam tabehamanasya nrinam vidambanam nayasya kaschid daitosti karhichit dveshascha yasmin vishamamatirnam. O Lord, no one can understand your transcendental pastimes, which appear to be human and so are misleading. You have no specific object of favor, nor do you have any object of envy. People only imagine that you're partial. So again, these two verses should be read together. You are equal to everyone, but people just imagine that you're partial. So to this, Prabhupada is writing, saying those who are completely against the service of the Lord are considered to be in abject darkness. Abject means total darkness. Those who ask for the Lord's favor only at the time of necessity are partial recipients of the mercy of the Lord, because when we go and ask for favor, Lord gives us. So that means that we received mercy, but this is partial recipient because we are only going to the Lord when we have a need. And those who are 100% engaged in the service of the Lord are full recipients, not 100% asking for the Lord. I mean, if somebody is simply asking, Lord, give me this, give me that, he is not full recipient. One who is 100% engaged in the service is a full recipient. So like I said, these two verses have to be read together. So to the extent that we are misusing our freedom, we are only partial recipients of Lord's mercy. Once we surrender our full freedom to Guru, to Krishna, then we'll be full recipients of Lord's mercy. Such partiality in receiving the Lord's mercy, not giving of the Lord's mercy, receiving is relative to that recipient, and it is not due to the partiality of the all merciful Lord. So it depends on us. We are not receiving the mercy. Then we cannot tell, oh, Lord, Krishna is not giving me mercy. No, I am not taking mercy from Krishna. That should be our sentence. I'm not taking mercy from Krishna. People say, I want mercy, I want mercy. If Krishna will be hearing that and laughing, saying that, what do you mean you want mercy? A whole mercy is available. Anybody can come and take. It's free. So we should say, I am not taking mercy from Krishna. So we should change this, our mindset, saying that I am not taking mercy from Krishna. Krishna is giving. Krishna is ready to give, but I'm not taking mercy. Right? So we should plan to take mercy. And how do we plan to take mercy? By following instructions. Mercy comes only when we follow instructions, not when we are whimsical, just do whatever we want. We're not going to get any mercy. Because that is misuse of freedom. When we misuse freedom, we are not going to get any mercy. When we use our freedom in Krishna's service, surrender fully to Guru and Krishna, then we will give mercy, get mercy. Then we want mercy also. We will see that is a reason why. Who are the ones who will beg for mercy? Who are actually trying to do something for Krishna and it's way beyond them, right? Then we will beg for mercy, saying, "Oh Krishna, I want to do this for you, but don't think I have the ability myself. So please give me mercy." So obviously we'll receive mercy. Because Lord is all merciful. He is not going to withhold mercy for anybody. So beautiful. Right? So these things are all connected. So we have to take up missionary things, take up things for pleasing Guru and Krishna, which are beyond us. We are beyond us. So normally our tendency is like this. Our tendency is materially we will take up things beyond us. Spiritually we'll make sure that it's absolutely manageable in my ability or in my reach. Right? I'll only take so much. Materially, I want to take so much. Oh, I can't even digest it. I can't even think about it. I want to take it. And there we are all by ourselves. And here, when we have full mercy of Krishna, we take one small thing. Something, oh, okay, what service I want to do? I want to do 2 rounds chanting. That's all. Or some, you get what I'm saying, right? So just very limited service we take. When we have full mercy of the Lord behind us, we can become like Hanuman, but we want to remain like a squirrel. That's why when I tell devotees saying that, I am Prabhu Mataji, you should do this. And first reply everybody gives is, I am not capable. Who said we are capable? If we think that we are capable, we are in illusion. We are absolutely not capable. Right? So we should stop this. See, some of these, we should understand that this line of humility is not required. That I am not capable. Of course, I'm not capable. But using that line of humility, we'll say, I'm not capable, so I will. No, thank you very much. So that means I don't want mercy of the Lord. I'm happy as I am. No. We should take it up and we should pray, Krishna, I am so useless, worthless. Only by your mercy can it be done. So please empower me. And I will, with your mercy, I'm sure it can be achieved. So we should take mercy, as much mercy as we want, we can get, but we have to take. Okay. Mute, yeah, thank you. Janma karma cha vishvatman ajasya karturatmanaha tiryan drishishu yadahsu tadatyanta vidambanam. Of course, it is bewildering, O soul of the universe, that you work, though you are inactive, that you take birth, though you are the vital force and unborn. You yourself descend amongst animals, men, sages, and aquatics. Verily, this is bewildering. Yeah, so, inconceivable. Krishna works, though is inactive. Inactive in what sense? Inactive with respect to the material world, but is absolutely active when it comes to the spiritual world. He's running around with his friends, cows, killing, or at least in the Bhoma Vrindavan, killing demons, making plans to meet Radharani. So he's absolutely active. But try from a material perspective, he has no work, he has no birth. And we understand this. So she's saying it's bewildering, it's very difficult to understand Krishna. Gopyadade tvai kritagasi damatavat yate dashashru kalilanjana sambhramaksham vaktram niniya bhaya bhavanaya stitasya tamam vimohayati bhirapi yadbhiveti. My dear Krishna, Yashoda took up a rope to bind you when you committed an offense, and your perturbed eyes overflooded with tears, which was the mascara from your eyes. And you are afraid, though fear personified is afraid of you. This sight is bewildering to me. This is beauty about Krishna. Krishna cannot be bound, but he willingly gets bound by his dear devotees. His devotees can sell him. His devotees can sell him, literally. Right? He's ready to do anything for his devotees. Lord's pure devotee renders service unto the Lord out of unalloyed love only. And while discharging such devotional service, pure devotee forgets the position of the Supreme Lord. So this I've told multiple times. If we still think that Krishna is the Supreme Lord, then we will go to Vaikuntha. We have to reach the stage of going past this. And it's not artificial. It's not that from tomorrow I'll say, no, Krishna is not Supreme Lord. No, that's wrong tattva. Tattva vibhrama, right? Illusion about tattva. No, we have to reach a stage of rasa where the tattva takes a back seat and we forget that, oh, Krishna is the Supreme Lord. No, he's just my friend, my this, my that. Right? So only then we can go to Goloka. And Goloka means forgetting Krishna as the Supreme Lord. So just imagine how exalted that love must be to forget the ability in a person. It's very difficult to understand. I mean, somebody, he or she might be a great achiever, say the president or prime minister of a country. And when he comes home, people will still have some respect for his position. Their house conversation will not be as frivolous as, some normal Lera family, right? There'll be some, understanding of that position, and that respect will still be there, back of the mind. Then there'll be servants, how you deal with that person in front of everybody. So many things will factor in, right? But I mean, and if that is true with just any great person of this material world, then how can one just forget Krishna's superior position? The love has to be so intense that it just makes one forget that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. So we should understand by some of these statements, we should understand how deep we have to go in bhakti, right? Otherwise, we'll just be wishful wanting Krishna, but we'll be far from it. And yeah, for all that, we have to give up all this material nonsense that we are stuck in. Only then we can forget Krishna's supreme position. See, here Kunti was conscious of the exalted position of Krishna, whereas Yashoda was not. Therefore, Yashoda's position was more exalted than Kunti's. So nice. Indirectly, Mother Yashoda is praised for her unique position of love, for she could control even the all-powerful Lord as her beloved child. Yashoda is called Mago. Balaram calls her Mago. I read it somewhere. Anyway, so that's Yashoda Mai's position.
True. What is the meaning of Mago?
No, it's some Brajabhasha, I think. It's like mother type. Something Balaram calls her Mago.
Yeah. And bro, I have a question. So
Mm.
this feeling of forgetting the Lord's reverential position,
Mm-hmm.
is it something which will come when Lord is very mercifully allowing that soul to come under the influence of Yogamaya, or is it some personal endeavor that after beyond a point, this love reaches to such a height that the man himself forgets without the need of Yogamaya?
No, no, no. So first thing we have to understand there is no independent accomplishing of anything here. Okay, so you should always remember two fingers. One is our effort, the other is Lord's mercy. One doesn't achieve Krishna Prema without Krishna's mercy. Okay, and it is commensurate to the efforts that we are putting. Now, Yogamaya is also there in Vaidhi Bhakti also, right? Bhakti is under Yogamaya. So not just Krishna Prema. So if we are in Sadhana Bhakti, Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti, and we achieve, we go up to Nishta Ruchi and all that is still under the Bhakti is under the internal energy of the Lord. Bhakti is not outside the internal energy, right? Any act of Bhakti. We might be chanting, we might be singing, we might be, giving a discourse. Everything is internal energy, right? So it's all under Yoga Maya. Now, how will somebody reach this stage? First is we have to progress on the path of Vaidhi Bhakti, and when we at some point in time, it's very difficult to distinguish when. So there are two paths, I think. Traditional path where guru switches that his disciple from Vaidhi Bhakti to Raganuga Bhakti at some point of time, seeing his or her qualification for Raganuga Bhakti. But actually, ISKCON is a very special setup by Srila Prabhupada. Actually, in this, Raganuga Bhakti is going parallelly. Raganuga and Vaidhi both we are doing together. It's so somewhere that switch will happen. Fully true, Raganuga. So that is how, based on how we make progress in Bhakti. This is the advancement. So for us, advancement means going closer and closer. And the way it will happen is by increasing love, desire to serve Krishna, desire to serve Guru. And when that intensifies, we will parallelly keep moving on the path of Ruchi, Asakti, and then Bhava. And then when we come, then, around Bhava Prema is when we start. The intensity of love becomes so much that we'll start forgetting. But this is on the Raganuga path. So Raganuga path means that we have to follow the footsteps of Rajavasis. It's a very exalted state. But yeah, it is progress of bhakti on the Raganuga mark that one comes to the situation of forgetting that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. Okay, so just to summarize, Yogamaya is in control. This is an aspect of Raganuga Bhakti. It's a matter of maturity in bhakti that one comes to this stage and develops, because these are way of thinking about serving Krishna, how I want to serve Krishna. It goes from purely mechanical, I will do my 16 rounds chanting, I will eat prasadam, I will do this because I've been told to do it, to that I want to do this because I love Krishna, because I want Krishna, Krishna likes this. So, it has to move into that raga, proactive, willingness to serve Krishna, to please him in ways that our acharyas have told us. And then slowly we will start developing a liking towards some Brajavasis and the way they serve Krishna. And then at some point of time, we will switch to this Raganuga mark. So it'll take some time.
Yes, clear now.
Yeah. 1832. Kechidahur ajam jatam punyashlokasya kirtaye yado priyasyanbhavaye Malayasyeva Chandanam. Some say that the unborn is born for the glorification of pious kings. Others say that he is born to please King Yadu, one of your dearest devotees. You appear in his family as sandalwood appears in Malaya hills. So Kunti Maharani is just trying to attribute what is the reason, why have you appeared? You're unborn, but why did you take birth? Glorification of pious kings, Yudhishthir Maharaj, etc. Or was this for Yadu? You appear in this family. A sandalwood appears in Malaya Hills. Like Malaya Hills is famous because sandalwood appears there. So Yaduvamsha became famous because Krishna. So it's not the other way around. So in one sense, saying, no, you have your own reason to appear. So it's not because of any of these, but she's just saying maybe due to these reasons you're appearing. It's just like the sandalwood that grows in the Malaya hills. Trees can grow anywhere and everywhere. Yet because sandalwood trees grow mostly in the area of Malaya, the name sandalwood and Malaya hills are interrelated. Conclusion is that Lord is ever unborn like the sun, yet he appears as the sun rises on the eastern horizon. He appears in Yaduvamsha, he appears, to glorify Maharaj Yudhishthir, it looks like, but, anyway, he appears on as the sun rises on the eastern horizon. That's what it is. That's naturally the place that sun has chosen to rise from. Right. So it's just like that. The Lord has decided where he wants to do what he wants to do. So that's his choice. अपरे वसुदेवस्य देवक्यां याचितोऽभ्यगात् अजस्त्वमस्य क्षेमाय वधाय च सुरद्विषाम्. Others say that since both Vasudeva and Devaki prayed for you, you've taken your birth as their son. Undoubtedly, you are unborn, yet you take your birth for their welfare and to kill those who are envious of the demigods. So Prishni and Sutapa prayed, and they got Krishna as their son in 3 births. Right, and this is the last one. Paravataranā yānye bhonāvupa ivodadhau sidantya bhuri bharena jatohyatma bhuvartitaha. Others say that the world being overburdened like a boat at sea is much aggrieved, and that Brahma, who is your son, prayed for you, and so you have appeared to diminish the trouble. Yeah, so this we are aware of. भवेस्मिन् क्लिश्यमानानाम् अविद्याकामकर्मभिः Kavanasmaranarhani Karishan iti kechana. And yet others say that you appeared for the sake of rejuvenating the devotional service of hearing, remembering, worshipping, and so on, in order that the conditioned soul suffering from material pangs might take advantage and gain liberation. Yeah, so this is another reason, and specifically why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared to freely distribute of Krishna. Yeah, this particular type of mercy is bestowed upon the living Lord in the form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Shrinvanti gayanti grinanti vikshanaha smaranti nandanti tavehitam janaha taeva pashyanti achirena tavakam pavapravaho paramam padambujam. Beautiful verse. Oh Krishna, those who constantly hear Shrinvanti, Gayanti, Grinanti, Abhikshnashaha. Abhikshnashaha. It is Abhikshnashaha. Abhikshnas continuously. Those who continuously hear, chant, repeat your transcendental activities, or take pleasure in others doing so, certainly see your lotus feet. Certain. That is why we keep hammering Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Hear, chant his glories, repeat his glories. They will definitely see Lord's lotus feet, which alone can stop the repetition of birth and death. The Lord's lotus feet is glorified in multiple verses, right? So, but who can achieve that? Those who continuously hear, chant, and repeat the transcendental pastimes of Krishna. So Prabhupada says here, okay, nothing. This is the. And so this just shows the importance of Ramanam Kirtanam of Bhagavatam specifically, right? And of course, names of Krishna and activities of Krishna. So each and every one of Krishna's activities is competent to bestow the desired result, provide the hearing process is perfect. So this whole emphasis is on hearing, right? And how are we hearing? We are hearing via the purport of Srila Prabhupada. That's how we are hearing. Yeah, actually, that's why, Vidwan Gaurang Prabhu once told me saying that read the purports, read the translation purports loudly, like you're hearing, and so devotees, if they have time, you should form small groups and you should read loudly the purports. So we should hear like Prabhupada is talking to us. And so when we do this proper hearing, then, we can understand where Prabhupada is giving emphasis. Why is he saying this statement? We can go into the depth of the understanding. And when we actually hear that way, then it enters our heart. Then it makes makes all the difference, right? So one thing is to give time every day for Bhagavatam, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Bhagavatam, right? And creating some kind of setup wherein devotees can come together and read translation purports Bhagavatam loudly, like we are doing Shravanam. This will change, like I've told multiple times. Bring this to 2 hours a day. If you're able to read 2 hours a day Bhagavatam, you will lose interest in material life. Dangerous, but it's like Rupa Kumar Swami saying, right? Don't look at that person, his Tribhanga form under the Vatavruksha is like playing his flute, and then you lose all interest. The Bhagavatam is like that. If you give 2 hours to Bhagavatam every day, then you lose interest in material life. Then we will still go on, but our life will be about spiritual things, about serving Krishna, serving Guru. It's very, very powerful. Bhagavatam is very, very powerful. We can't understand, actually. We can't understand how powerful it is till we actually experience it. And the only way to experience it is to give time. Give time. Here, nicely, Prabhupada, amazing. I mean, like, you've been seeing, right, all these notes. It's just mind-boggling. I always say this, a statement of Prabhupada can change our life. A statement, one statement can change our life. It's so powerful. But we have to give it that importance. We have to give it that attention, right? If you're just hearing half-heartedly or without full concentration, then it won't register. These things have to register in our head, right? And then it mind-boggling. Anybody wants to test this hypothesis? Welcome. 2 hours a day, Bhagavatam. Anybody willing to do? Reading 2 hours, Bhagavatam 2 hours a day. Somebody has the luxury of doing it, you will experience the change. I did that at the expense of my work, the expense of my office. They were paying me for doing this for some time. Then I said, okay, no, enough. And that is the power of Bhagavatam. Okay, so we'll stop here. If anybody has any questions, we can discuss. No questions? All tired? Monday morning, Monday evening, after long days of work, long days work. I really appreciate all of you. On a weekday, you're all wanting to hear. I don't know what I would have done if somebody would have called me to attend a class on a weekday. So all glories to your willingness to hear Prabhupada. Okay, so till next week. Those who are free in Bangalore, His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Maharaj is here on 25th and he's giving class in ICC. So he'll be coming by 10:30 in the morning. So you can all please come, be part of the welcome Kirtan. And Maharaj has also given time 2 hours, 12:30 to 1:30, 2:30 to 3:30. If anybody wants to meet him, it's very rare. Normally we don't get time to meet Maharaj. So if somebody wants to meet you, you're welcome. And there's class from 7 to 8:30 in the evening. Okay.
Where ఆయన శేషాద్రి Puram
I
temple.
ICC Mataji, ICC. ISKCON Convention. Kumar Swami layout.
Kumar Swami layout. Okay, okay, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Okay.
And when he's leaving Bangalore, Prabhu, I am reaching Bangalore on 26th.
No, he's gone. He's leaving on 26th morning.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyarcha patitana pavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo namo. Oh, by the way, sorry, I wanted to tell this. It just slipped my mind. What was I saying? About this, I was talking about, actually, this is an important one. Prabhu's question about how we, okay, let me stop this recording.